Right, hey guys, welcome to the channel CavokSim. It's been a little while, but we're back. Been a few weeks since the last stream, which we had in the Britain-Norman Triangle around the Channel Islands. But we're back again tonight with another Blackbox aircraft, newly released a few weeks ago. I've been having a bit of fun learning the aircraft. Getting to know its nuances, and it's the Short Brothers ST360, or the Shorts 360, affectionately known as the Shed. This is part of Blackbox's group of aircraft: the Shorts 330, the 360, and the Sherpa, which is the military variant of the 330. And it's a very nice little add-on, and we're going to take it away for a spin today on a very short mail run on the ground here at Newcastle. We're going to be going over to the Isle of Man and Ronaldsway Airport. As per usual, we're going to be on CavokSim. There's no ATC online up this way at the moment. It's all down south around the London sector, but hopefully somebody might decide to connect on and give us a little bit of ATC through the flight. It's about an hour's flight time this evening. A very short stream. Not much time tonight, unfortunately, to get a longer stream in, but we're here all the same. So tonight we're flying with Manx Airways, a defunct airline of the UK, and we're in one of their unique liveries, which is the red Royal Mail colour scheme that they had on one of their Shorts 360s. This particular aircraft, operated by Manx Airlines, wearing the Data Post livery. Her first flight in real life was December 29th, 1983, and this aircraft, although it isn't shown on the back of the aeroplane, it's Golf Romeo Mike Sierra Sierra. She also flew with Gill Airways, Air Iran in Ireland, with Emerald Airways, also with Air Europa Express, Connect Air, and with Guernsey Airways, Air Ecos, Logan Air, and also Arena Air Services. And sadly to say, she was broken up at Edinburgh in mid 2008, wearing the registration of Golf Romeo Oscar November Delta. However, the cockpit and nose section was saved. However, I do not know too much about that, but I'm sure it's around somewhere, preserved, which is quite nice to see for an aircraft of this uniqueness. Powered by a couple of turboprops. She's unpressurized, so she doesn't go very high. However, she's a beautiful aircraft to fly, and in this configuration, we're a cargo flight. We'll be taking loads of letters and newspapers over to the Isle of Man, ready for the morning. Live weather tonight. However, we're 6 hours behind live time, so we have a little bit of daylight, and the sun's setting off towards the west there, so we'll have a nice twilight approach to Ronaldsway. A very simple flight plan tonight. We'll be departing off of Newcastle, probably runway 07. I'll check the weather in a short while, and runway 07 heading off towards the northeast, and we'll be coming back on ourselves and heading down to Ronaldsway via the Dean Cross VOR, and straight down to the Isle of Man. Very simple navigation in this aircraft. She's the Blackbox model here. Does come fitted with a optional GPS and autopilot. However, I am going to use the GPS just as a backup, and I'm going to try and keep the autopilot off for the whole flight. Right, okay, so let's get in. There's power to the aircraft at the moment, and she's on the ground power unit. So all we've got to do is just set out the loading. I've already loaded in the flight plan from SimBrief. We're operating as JE201. JE is the airline code for Manx. And our cruise altitude today is going to be up at 10,000 feet. As I say, she's unpressurised, so we're not going to go any further above that height. 50 minutes air time. You can see the route in here. Off of Newcastle, runway 07. We'll take the direct route into Dean Cross, direct down to the Isle of Man VOR, and then into planning on runway 08 at Ronald's Way. So our payload, let's go into the weight and balance, and let's have a little look. I think I've already done this actually. Let's have a quick gander. So our block fuel, which is our starting fuel, 950 kilos. Yeah, I've got 988 there. It's just under a ton. I've taken a little bit extra just in case we do have any problems. And payload 3,100 kilos, 3125. So we're a little bit over, but we're still under the maximum gross weights of 3,434 kilos that we can uplift. So that's all good. Right then, so we'll leave that up there. We'll get the Navigraph charts up as well. Let's just sign into those. Back into the sim, import flight. And let's try that again. Right, there we go then. So we are just checking the wind there. It might be favouring 25. Let's go into the airport, have a look at the weather. What's the weather doing? 3203. Oh, excuse me. Okay then, so I think what we'll do then, we will probably take runway 25 for departure then. Let's have a little look at that spy, just have a little look at, is there anybody? Oh, we have some ATC. We've got Scottish West online. We're outside his zone though, so I think what we'll do, I'll tell you what we'll do then. We'll take runway 07 and we'll give him a call when we start our turn round. So he's on 33875. Right, okay, so let's get ourselves sorted then. So we've got power on, we've got the GPU set up. Alright, let's go avionics. Oh, avionics on even. got no power? Why have I got no power to my avionics? Ah, there we go. Right, okay then. Right. Go 1228 there, and what frequency was that? 133875. Right. Okay, so we'll just wait on the GPS to sort itself there. Let's find the routing. So, flight plan. So, we're starting off from Echo Golf. November Tango, which is Newcastle. Into that. We're going straight to 2. How's that gone? So, we're going straight to Dean Cross. So Delta Charlie, Dean Cross, and then straight to India Oscar Mike, which is the Isle of Man VOR. Man, and then we'll pop in Ronald's Way, which is Echo Golf November Sierra, which is her ICAO code. Right then. Just get the weather for right, so the weather is, let's just write this down. So EGNT is 051950 Zulu is 320 at 3270 varying 350, all the 9s, clouds few at 36, temperature 0, -1, and code 1016. Right, okay, so let's get rid of that, get rid of that. So 1016 we've got set up there, so let's go into the charts, get our airport chart. So we're on the main apron here, and we're on this stand here, stand 16. So if we go off at runway 07, we'll taxi out down this taxiway here, and then off at 07. Nice easy taxi. Oh, do you want to do that? Right, so we'll do a departure where we'll head off straight out. We'll do a turn around to the south as we depart. So we set up the nav aids for the departure. So off of 07, so off of the Newcastle DME, which is 11425. And we'll also take the Newcastle NDB 352. Let's also set up 2000 as well, because that's the IFR code. So that's on standby. Right, so when we depart then, we'll take off on the runway heading. Runway heading here 066, so we'll go .066. We'll set the course to 066 as well, just to give us an accurate steering. And we've got DME reading. We'll flick that over to ADF to give us the ADF. And was there a okay, so we can climb it to flight level 80, so we'll set 80 in the window. Right, so we're loaded up with our cargo. We'll get the doors shut. So all the doors are shut. We'll select the fuel boost pumps on. On right, so we'll go beacon on. We've got no passengers in, but we'll arm all the lights that we need to arm. Arm the starts. Right, we'll just go through and check that spy again. Right, okay, so it's still just Scottish. Right. We need to set up. We'll put in the Dean Cross VOR as well, 1152. We'll set it on there as well, 1152. Right then, so I think we're ready to go. Just a quick look, little look around, and we'll get the engine started, and we'll get rid of the GPU, and then we'll taxi out. Finish off my cup of tea that's in front of me, and we're ready. So if watching at home, guys, welcome to the channel. First stream in about 3.5 weeks, I think. So I hope you're enjoying. If you are enjoying, give us a like, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, and if you're new finding the channel for the first time, think about giving us a subscribe, and that'll be fantastic, mostly appreciated. Right, anyway, so I don't have any checklists for the aircraft, so we're kind of just winging it from the tutorial flight that comes with the aircraft. So hopefully someone will bring out a proper checklist at some point. So right, we'll go. So do have rotation of the engine. Light up. The fuel flow, gas generators going up, props are spinning up. Absolutely love the sounds on this aircraft. I think it sounds absolutely fantastic. Sounds like a proper turboprop. Right, so that's engine number 2 started. And we'll go start. Number 1, ignition. So we've got the gas generator RPMs rising. To 15%, which we have now. We'll get the fuel into the engine. There we go, ITT. Fuel flow in there, gas generators going up, props are spinning up. Out of feather. Back onto normal power. No, not that one we want. Peter heat, that's the one we want. And all the engine anti-icing's off. Don't need that, there's no visible moisture out there even though the temperature's at 0 degrees. Let's get the window shut. Right then. What's the red warning up there? Right, so we go heading, we'll out select. So that sets up the flight director. So conventional departure. So just a quick look at the chat then before we go off. Who's in the chat? Darren, hi. Just planning Anchorage to Honolulu, Honolulu to San Diego, Phoenix to Chicago. Fantastic, mate. Well, that's all in your trusty 737 as well, is it? Great stuff. Right. Okay, so I think we're ready to go. We've got the climb 30,000 set. Let's get taxi lights on. We'll set the flaps to 5 and trim is set. Right then, so we'll just check out the just park it on the wall. And just check roll bats in vPilot. 1228. Right, okay. So we are going to be taxiing Alpha. Newcastle traffic, it's Manx 201, it's a short 360 on the ground at Newcastle, standing 16, taxi into runway 07 via Alpha, hold short Alpha 1, Newcastle traffic. Right, so we are clear on the left, clear on the right. Right, a little nuance with the Shorts 360 here is you can set up an access for the steering tiller for the nose wheel steering. Because I don't have that, I've not set that up yet. I am using my rudder input for the steering. You can have them separate. However, if you do have the steering on the rudder, you have to have the control locks disengaged. So the control locks on the rear aircraft stop you from moving the controls whilst on the ground. And they're usually disengaged just before you enter the runway, and you do a control check when you check forward, back, left, right, and all that. Right, anyway, so taxiing out. It's beautiful in the evening sunlight. Taxiing out the runway 07. Very short taxi here at Newcastle. And a very wonderful aircraft to taxi around. Right, you keep the speed under control, which is very easy to get around corners. If you end up finding yourself too fast and you need to stamp on the brakes, you need to be on the brakes. Get it to slow down quite quickly. Right, so we're going to hold short Alpha. Alpha 1, I think it is. What was that? It says Alpha 2, but we'll just hold short here. Set the parker brakes. Just quickly run through a couple of the little items that we need to have a look at. So, message, set course 253. I just want to have a quick look at something before we go. So also as well today, Sim Update 14 has been released. I've not downloaded it yet, as I've had the sim running ready for the stream for the last few hours, and it wasn't ready to download when I loaded it to the sim. But there's quite a few fixes, and we've got some new features of Cirrus SR22. Input from working title. Fantastic work they've done with all the other aircraft in the sim. be downloading it after the stream finishes, but for now, right, let's get underway. So we'll go strobe lights, landing lights, to on, brakes coming off, and props to full, condition levers to full. I was actually entering the runway, but there wasn't anybody here, so we'll line her up, come to a stop, just set the brake for a moment, just check that spine, make sure nobody is around. Right, I think we are ready to get underway. Off we go then. So, power's coming in. So look at the torque down here. We'll go full power and then we'll release the brakes. Brakes released. And the sim's decided to do a freeze. Not good. Please unfreeze. I was stuck for my first stream back. There we go. Oh, phew. Alright, so rolling down the runway. We're looking for 100 knots rotate speed, and we're going to rotate the nose up to about 5 degrees. So 90 knots, a little bit of left aileron, 100 knots, rotate the nose nice and gently, and we're up. So positive rates, we're going to take the gear up. The airspeed's increasing there. We want to just trim the nose forward a touch. And for 135 knots, we'll take the flaps 2 up, and we'll take. Now select climb mode. No, don't want to do that. Right, so we'll bring the power back to our climb power. So we're looking at about between 3.2 and 3.7 thousand foot-pounds, and then we want to bring the props back to approximately 1650 RPMs. So around about there. Forget to do is flip the transponder 2 out. So 3.5 miles there, and we want to take a heading around to 190. follow the flight director. So we're climbing nicely through 2,900 feet there. We'll put the yaw damper in. Just don't have to worry too much about the rudder. Climbing at about 150 knots and rolling out on 190. Follow the flight director on the AI. Nice view from the top of the windows there, over the head Newcastle. Out to the right hand side, the airport there, we've just departed. Cross, and we'll flip the wheel. Straight round, and we'll fly heading towards Dean Cross. 63 miles showing on the DME there, so we'll head around about 280, I think it's going to be. Picking up the radio just yet. It might be a little bit too low for that. View out the co-pilot side of the aircraft there. There's the airport down below us there.
Copy, Mike, turn left 325 degrees. Turn left 325.
Still not picking up the VOR. Go to flight plan, we'll go DCS direct, turn, and 254 steam heading.
Golf Mike to the left 260 degrees, clear Alice approach runway 23. Left 26, clear Alice 23, confirm Mike.
Picking up the VOR still. So I don't know what's happening there. If we go standard on the altimeters then, so that's a flight level 80. Pass in for flight level 100.
Oscar Papa Lima Mike, contact Glasgow Tower, 18.805, dot Charlie. 18.805, fix in, confirm Mike. Easy 739 Papa, thank you very much. Taxi stand 12 via Bravo Lima at X-ray.
Let's give him a shout in a second. Okay, so 1,000 to go. Once we're levelled off, we'll then give him a shout as he calls us beforehand. So it's the altitude alarm, 500 feet to go to flight level 100. So still flying manually the aircraft at the moment. Once we level off, we'll pull the power back to 3.2 thousand foot-pounds. So that's flight level 100.
Ryanair 5563, maintain your heading, report the heading.
Maintain heading 028.
Sure.
Ryanair 5 Alpha November, flight level 260, inbound Niska.
Ryanair 5 Alpha November, Scottish Control, hello, it's the Rebel 1 Golf Arrival, Glasgow landing, runway 23.
Rebel 1 Golf, Glasgow landing 23, Ryanair 5 Alpha November.
And then the props back to 1400. So we're just in his area now, so let's give him a call. Scottish, very good evening to you. It's Manx 201 with you out of Newcastle. Flight level 100 inbound to Dean Cross.
Manx 201 Scottish Control, hello to you, Squawk 7325.
Squawk 7325, Manx 201.
Ryanair 5568, descend flight level 80.
Flight level 80, Ryanair 5568.
Manx 201, thank you. What service do you require outside controlled airspace?
As a traffic service, please, if possible, Manx 201.
Manx 201, roger, traffic service, Charles.
So nicely set at the cruise, flight level 100. Inbound to Dean Cross. On the GPS we are slightly to the right of our track. reason I'm still not picking up the VOR. Where are we?
Easy 62 descent, flight level 80, level Lanark.
Descend flight level 80, level Lanark, easy 62.
Scottish Control, Golf Oscar, afternoon, Mike, passing 1,200, climbing 4,000, we're heading this bit full stop, please. Golf 2, Mike, close that vectoring out, let's approach again for runway 23. Texas RLS 23, Golf 2, watches. Golf 2, Mike, turn left, 140 degrees. Start trying 140, Golf 2, Mike. Ryanair 5 off November, run ready to descend, flight level 80, level by Lanark.
We're ready to descend flight level 80, level Lanark, Ryanair 5 off November.
I'm still not quite sure about the state of the VOR. Not picking up any radial.
Golf 2, Mike, turn left, 045 degrees. Turn left, heading 045, Golf 2, Mike.
We've still got the GPS, so we're fine with the GPS. So we're just below flight level 100. Cruising along nicely, 30 miles around Dean Cross. We just about start seeing the coastline out front. Sun setting. After Dean Cross,
Ryanair 5563, descent to altitude 5,000 feet, Glasgow, QNH is 1018.
Flight as they get a change the running, Ryanair 5563.
Hang on. Dean Cross, what's Dean Cross? I think Dean Cross is just a... Yeah, Dean Cross is just a DME facility. It's not a. I forgot about that. Oh, that's my bad. Yeah, Dean Cross is just a DME, so that's why I'm just picking up the DME. Oh, such a noob. Anybody think I've been flight simming for 20 years? Oh dear. Well, in that case then, shall we go straight to, to the Isle of Man VOR? Let's set that up, shall we? Right, so if I flick that over to the Isle of Man, there we go, we've got a radial. Dear oh dear. Such a noob. Oh, I'll tell you what, let's carry on to Dean Cross, but we'll do that on the GPS. So we're going nav on the GPS, follow the flight directors. Such a noob. Can't believe we just fell for that. That's why you do proper flight planning, folks. I wish you do silly little things like that, and I made myself look like a bit of a fool. Hey ho. Right, so we're 20 miles off of the DME, and
Ryanair 5568, speed 180 knots.
180 knots, Ryanair 5563.
Isle of Man pointing away there. Which is beautiful. Funny line running through. It's a bit weird. Set up some nice camera views for this aircraft as well earlier. So let's have a little look. We've got left eye out of the nose.
Golf, we right turn left, 275
Right side out
degrees,
the
clear
nose.
Dallas approach, runway 23.
Out one of the
That's
cab
an
windows.
275, clear Dallas 23, just for
PT6A turboprop. Weather up here is absolutely splendid today. So looking out just behind the wing. Pretty sure we're supposed to have a bit of cargo in there. There's our 3 seats for our people at the back. Another PT6.
Ryanair 5563, descent to altitude 4,000 feet.
4,000 feet, Ryanair 5563.
Might be the Isle of Man over in the distance there. So a nice view out the first officer side window and the captain's side window, and then we've got this nice view looking down onto the instrument panel. Hello, Bob. Little touches in this aircraft as well. Switch this, flick that switch there. We've got a nice fan.
Golf, we might, thanks for your help tonight. Contact the tower, 118.05 tonight.
18805, thanks very much. Good night, Golf tonight.
A lot of Bob over here as well. There he goes. All the little mod cons and luxuries.
Ryanair 5563, there's no ATC speed restriction.
Oh, it's speed restriction, Ryanair 5563.
So other than Scottish, we've got nothing for Ronald's Way. So that'll be a nice little it's a nice little flight down today. So I'll flip that over.
Easy 62, maintain your
Give us
heading,
a
report
nav.
the heading, please.
Yeah, heading Landing is 332 degrees.
233, 70 miles away.
E62, thanks. Ryanair 5536 to the left, 320 degrees.
Left 320 degrees on our path, 63.
Ryanair 5560, continue the left turn 260 degrees, clear Dallas approach, runway 23.
60 degrees, clear to left, 23, Ryanair 563.
We're just slightly north of track when we were coming into Dean Cross. We were slightly on Dean Cross. But we're now following the radial down to the Isle of Man. What we'll probably end up doing is we'll come down over the eastern edge of the island, and if we just get a bit of weather for Rosway. So some weather. Right, so we're looking 2020 Zulu. Winds are 110 at 10 knots, so it's favouring 08. Miles of visibility. Scan 2500, temperature 60.2, pitch 1016.
Ryanair 5560, descent altitude 3,000 feet, just similar quantity to local altitude for the factors.
3,000 feet, and we can make the local altitude Ryanair 5563.
Ryanair 5560, sorry, say again.
Actually, Ryanair 5563 is messed up pretty bad, crossing vectors.
Ryanair 5563, roger. I will take you around again. Fly straight ahead, altitude, and maintain altitude 4,000 feet.
Or straight ahead, 4,000 feet, Ryanair 5563, thanks.
So I've got all the charts. Completely not paying attention where I'm actually supposed to be flying, so let's just bring it back round to the radio. Right, so
EC62, descent to altitude 5,000 feet, Glasgow QNH is 1018.
Send 5,000 feet, Glasgow's QNH is 1018, is the 682.
Ryanair 5 Alpha November, maintain your present heading, report the heading.
Maintain present heading and go heading 3344, Ryanair 5 Alpha November.
Ryanair 5 Alpha November, thank you.
right, so at 10,000 feet, using the 3 times rule, we need to be down at the
Ryanair 5563, turn left, heading 145 degrees.
That's at 145
so
degrees,
for the
Ryanair
approach we're
563.
doing, we need to be down to 2,600, so we'll call it 3,000 feet. So we need to lose 7,000 feet by the time we reach the Isle of Man VOR.
Ryanair 5 Alpha November, speed 220 knots.
So 7,000 feet times 3, 21 miles. So once we get to 21 miles inbound to the Isle of Man VOR, we'll start our descent down to 3,000 feet. set up the nav 8. So if we go to then approach on to runway 08. So we want 359 for the NDB.
Max 201, you leave my airspace, there's no further ATC. Moment, going to come 122, that's fine, have a good flight, bye. Max 201, leave my airspace, no further ATC. Moment, going to come 122, decimal 8, bye bye.
To Unicom 122.8, Max 201, thanks very much for the ATC, and have a great night, thank you, bye.
Bye.
Okay, so we're leaving his airspace now, so we can do what we want basically now. So we go 1228. We'll leave the transponder as is. Excuse me. So we see the Isle of Man coming into view through the clouds up there. It's been a nice, quiet, pleasant flight tonight. Been off the autopilot. Yeah, no autopilot the whole flight. So a very nice aircraft to fly, this Shorts 360. So we've got the NDB tune, we'll flick that over to NDB. Just fluctuating a little bit. We're quite far away from the station at the moment, so that needle is pointing to the Ronaldsway NDB, which is based on the airport. So when we get when we get closer, then what we may do then, we might actually just follow this whole procedure. Because at the moment we're flying towards the Isle of Man VOR, and actually, do you know what? I think I might. What I might do then? I'm kind of making this up as I go along now. Right, so we're coming in on the arrival. So we're going to head over the island to the Isle of Man VOR. And what we'll do then, we'll set up a hold. We'll do one hold, just to keep a bit of practice in. So as we fly over the VOR, we've got the inbound course of 079. So what we do is we'll go over the VOR and we'll do a teardrop entry, I think it is, for this quadrant we're coming in from. So go over the VOR, we'll do a 45-degree outbound leg off of this 259, and then we'll come round again, inbound 079 over the VOR, back out again, and then we'll come in and we'll establish on this approach and do an ILS. Shall we do that? Yeah, let's do that. Right, so what course do we want? So outbound as we go in the VOR, we want an outbound course of 214, which will time for a minute. We've got a clock here somewhere, there it is. Enjoying this. Hope you guys at home are enjoying this as well. Like I say, it's a nice pleasant flight on the way down here. So we're a little bit above our 10,000 feet altitude that we want to be at. beautiful plane. So we were saying 21 miles to get us down to 3,000 feet, so we've got about 15 miles to run. Over the radial. Right, okay, so just continuing. Looking at the ILS. ILS is 111.15, so we'll put in 111.15. Just leave it on the left-hand side here. Right, so as we come down, come over the VOR, we go heading of 214 for 1 minute. Outbound, we'll turn right, inbound 079, inbound to the VOR. Overhead the VOR. Outbound, what's the weather again? 3010. So counting for wind. 257, just a bit of mental arithmetic. So 257 heading for 1 minute, back round, and then we'll set up to approach on the ILS. So yeah, so we'll hold at 2,000 feet. When we go outbound, we'll drop down to 2,000, so we'll hold at 3,000 feet, we'll drop down to 2,000 on the outbound leg, and then set up for the ILS approach. 2,000 feet is platform altitude, down to 3.5 degree glide slope, intercept at 5.2 DME. Check height 4 miles, 1573 miles. 1190, 1 mile 450, and then decision height 291. If we don't see the runway or we're not stable, this approach continues to climb 3,000 feet, straight ahead to 2,000 and turn right to the locator at 3,000 feet to hold, or as directed. If we do have to go around, we will do the procedure. Enter the hold inbound 259 and 079 outbound. But note 2 says aircraft normally do not be required to hold not lower than 3,000 feet. 3,000 is our altitude we're going down to anyway. The only other thing to have a quick look at is the MSA. So our quadrant we're coming down from 3,200 is the minimum safe altitude, and then to the south is 2,600, so that's all fine. Right then, so we're 21 miles, so let's get ourselves descending. So that down to 3,000 feet. correct. Descent. Doesn't like doing it. And we'll just bring the power back. On this little spare land here. So as we're coming down over the island now, we're going to start getting a little bit bumpy, I think. These hills. That'd be why it doesn't look all that great. My photogrammetry's off. You watch the sim crash now. Give it a couple of seconds just to reset itself. That looks better. There you go, it's Douglas. Capital city of the island. Right, anyway. Slightly more. Almost back in flight idle. Just drop those a little bit more. Just make sure we get down to our 3,000 feet. So we can see the airport off here out the left hand window. Let's keep our lights on. 10 miles to run. Kind of want to be at the VOR leveled out at 3,000 before getting there. Nobody else due to Mann. We'll do the blind calls anyway on Unicom. We're on Unicom 1228. side here. So main runway 082608, threshold just there. We're going out, we'll do a hold round and then we'll come in for the ILS into 08. Way traffic Manx 201's a short 360 inbound to the India Oscar Mike VOR. We'll be doing one procedural hold followed by ILS into runway 08 Ronald's Way traffic. So 500 feet. Still flying manually as well. So the whole flight's been flown manually, not used the autopilot. The only bit of the auto flight system I have used is the yaw damper. So I've not had to worry about the rudder too much. So there we go, it's 3,000 feet. So we're level at 3,000 feet. 1 mile from the VOR. Just about to pass over the VOR. So we'll go into heading mode. So tracking 214 for 1 minute, so that range round to 8, flip that round to 079, that's then set up for the inbound course. Bumpy down here. Seconds. There we go. Turn that all the way around to 079. So a little bit of back pressure just to stop us from sinking. Tiny bit more power just to keep us from slowing down too much. So 25 degrees angle bank. We should start to see the needle on the HSI coming across very shortly. There it comes. Ended up a little bit high. See the runway ahead of us there. We're going to be heading once more, descended to 2,000 feet. Let's get us back down to 3,000. So the VOR itself located just on top of the hill here. Once we pass over that, we'll go right hand turn again and go to heading of what was the heading I said we were going to do? 257, just to account for that wind. So back down to 2,000. Once the needle, the green needle here spins around, just about to go now, off we go. Over the top of the VOR. Do a gentle descent down. Once we roll out on the heading, we'll start timer again for 1 minute. 1 minute legs. Rolled out. There's 500 feet to go. When we roll out, if we've done it properly, that needle should be pretty much 90 degrees to our right. So 1 minute, so 10. And Ronald's Way traffic. Manx 201 is outbound leg of the hold India Oscar Mike to self-position for the ILS. DMA approach runway 08 at Ronald's Way traffic. Right, so we'll stay on the heading then. We'll go flip over to the ILS, just check the course, 083, set that to 083, stay on this heading. More seconds, 2,000 feet, 8 miles from the ILS. Okay. So we'll initially take a heading north. Back pressure as we're coming around the corner, we lose a bit of that vertical component in the lift, so we need a bit of back pressure just to keep us from sinking. So let's just bring it back to 2,000 feet, and we'll keep that heading coming around to give us an intercept heading. We'll go 060. Approach arm. So roll out on the heading 060. So following that flight director, start bringing some flaps in. So First stage of flap coming in. So it's 5 degrees of flap. So there's the flight director bar. Round. Glide slope's now armed itself. We're doing 140 knots, 6 miles out, and we're intercepting the glide slope of 5.2 miles. And then we've checked the height at 4 miles, 1570. So we'll take the gear down, take the second stage of flap. Gear. Forward trim, wide slopes coming in. Third stage of flap. We'll run the props to full RPM. And the final stage of flap. I'm just not going to really worry about the ILS now. We're fully visual of the airfield. Way traffic, Manx 201 is established, finals runway 08 at 2.5 miles to land, way traffic. So we show 4 whites at the moment on the Pappies. So 120 knots. 3 whites, 1 red, slightly high. About right on the RLS signals. So we should expect 2 reds to come in very shortly. Slowing it down a little bit of backwards trim. You can see the nose being pushed off to the right hand side there. There's our 2 reds. Give it a little bit of power just to arrest that descent rate a touch. Keep the speed under control. Descending 500 feet a minute. Once we get down over the runway, we'll take a little bit of left rudder, a little bit of right into wind aileron just to keep us nicely stable. Obviously coming down 115 knots. Coming down over the threshold, coming back to flight idle. A little bit of left rudder, power's idle. Wind lift there. So reverse was in, reverse is now out. ramps are quite sporadic on this aircraft. Right, let's just get on the taxiway and then we'll work out where we're parking. And just tell them we've vacated. Rollsway traffic, Manx 201 vacated runway 08, taxi into the apron. So we're going to go, we'll park on the west apron, stand 3, so we'll come along, on Alpha, onto Charlie, let's get the land lights off and collision lights off. Back to course, take the yaw damper off, flaps can come in. This is Charlie. Keep the speed under control on this aircraft, otherwise she does tend to get away from it. Tell you what we're doing, actually, I'll go on to that stand so we can get a truck in the way. Right, so we will go park on the opposite corner. Truck's gonna go right where I want to go. Oh, I'll tell you what, then we'll go stand 3 then, shall we? Let's park on stand 3. Take the taxi lights off. Parker brake is set. Lights are off. And props on to feather. And fuels cut off. Coming off, pier heat's off, blades are shut. Alright, there we go then. Beacon light to come off. Collision lights are off. And land lights are off as well, so full baggage cargo. So we'll shut down then. So I hope that was a very good flight that you guys had there. Thank you very much for joining. It was quite a nice pleasant flight down, a little bit of ATC on the way down, courtesy of Scottish Control. As I say, very nice aircraft to fly, the Shorts 360. As I say, it's part of the Shorts regional pack, which gives you this model, the 360, which is the larger brother of the fleet, the Shorts 330, which is slightly smaller with the twin boom tailplane, and the Sherpa, which is the military variant of the aircraft. So I say, yeah, hope you enjoyed the stream tonight, guys. It's been a pleasure having you on board, and actually I'll try not to leave it too long before I get the next stream in. But as I say, thank you very much for joining. If you do like the stream, please think about giving it a like. And if you haven't subscribed, if you're finding the channel for the first time, CavokSim, do please think about giving the channel a subscription. Folks are joining very slowly, but the trend is quite positive, which I'm happy about. So if you do like the channel, please give it a subscribe, hit the like button, and have a very good night, folks, and I will see you again on the next one. As I say, hopefully it won't be too long, but have a pleasant night, folks, and bye bye.